So let's talk about AJ Styles. He was one of the top acrobats at 3-star gold, running Xavier Woods, NXT Seth Rollins, purple, blue in this footage courtesy of Magic Man. Has he translated to 4-star? Is he still phenomenal? Purple match off the bat, loads his 2 purple moves. We're going to put blue on the board so we can get that finisher charge. We do not want to use our second purple move until our finisher is ready to go, because that purple puts out color turn gems, and the blue move gives you a huge bonus for every color turn gem that's on the board. So if you put it out too soon and the opponent gets rid of them, you're taking away from your finisher. So here's where we run this purple blue back to back. Color gems out on the board. Those are worth 7,000 a piece at 4-star. Now the finisher goes. This is 18,000 plus 7,000 for each of those color turn gems. So we're hitting 70,000. At 3-star gold, it was about 55, mid 50s. So when you're talking about scaling up to 4-star, with the huge amount of health that these opponents have now, is an extra 20,000 a big deal? In the grand scheme of things, it does not hit very hard anymore. AJ used to take out 3-star silvers, 3-star golds with just that one massive finisher at 55, 60K. Because when you're talking about 3-star golds, but they've got a health of 80,000 to 100,000. So he was taking those out one time through. Now at 4 stars, you got to get to that second time around at least. So can he get there fast enough? With the right board, he certainly can. He's taking a lot of damage in the meantime from NXT Dean, who the AI seems to make into a monster no matter when you play him. So here's a situation where the finisher is loaded, but again, you don't want to use it right now until you can get those color turn gems on the board. So it's really dependent on those last 2 moves being ready to go at the same time, because without the bonus for color turns, that blue finisher does not do very much. It's only 18,000 on its own. It really relies on those color turn gems being on the board in order to make it potent. So you're taking a lot of damage while this reloads. Damage that he did not take at 3-star gold because the match was usually over. So now we're going to finish off Dean Ambrose here with this final combination of purple move, blue move. It's going to be overkill at this point, but you see we've lost half to 2/3 of our health just because you have to get to that second set of moves. So what did AJ gain at 4-star? Well, his 4-star move is a submission, and it's a relatively low charge black submission. So let's run Bray Wyatt and Zombie Kevin Owens for extra turns on that submission. You see it starts with Bray almost full. So it's a way to negate opponents' MP trainers. But can we get those other 2 moves filled with no MP trainer on them and with no bonus of extra gems? It's just you're starting from scratch on the purple and blue move at this point. So that black move, because we didn't get a match, it doesn't charge second turn. It's a 3rd turn charge if you don't get that black match. So it's not one of those quick sub guys like Razor or Eddie. You need a match or else it's turn 3. So now we finally got the submission going, and we're going to put 4 submission gems on the board. And because we've got Zombie Kevin Owens on there, we've got a 6-turn submission going. So the other AJ that we're fighting here has got to try to break the calf crusher, and he's losing a ton of his HP. So submission guys with 6 turns, your opponent's not going to get off a ton of special moves against you unless you get really dead boards. So now our goal is to get, again, those blue and purple moves charged at the same time so we can unleash that finisher. Our purple's loaded, but again, it's going to cost us another turn because that purple move is really useless unless you have the blue. We get a wild card, which helps us out. Another dose of the submission because he's getting close on the next turn. We want to make sure that when he kicks out of that finisher, if he does, he's not going to be able to get those special moves off on us. So again, back into the calf crusher. Drain his MP. And then we know that we've got our purple-blue combination of color turn gems finisher ready and waiting. So the 7 color terms go out. One thing about AJ is you know exactly when you run those two together what the damage is you're going to get. There's no mystery. And the second time around, it's enough to finish off your opponent. One more time, this time against Ultimate Warrior, but you'll notice instead of running black, blue, purple, we're taking out the blue move, the finisher, and we're going to run black, black, purple. So that clothesline on the low charge black move puts purple gems on the board. So we've now made him into a strictly submission guy. The Styles Clash is gone. But that Bray Wyatt training 2 low charge black moves gets them both going, you know, on turn 2 or turn 3. At 4-star with AJ, if you're running the submission, you're going to see this calf crusher a lot because it is relatively low charge and you're going to need to use it multiple times. You're not finishing the match with this. So he's back down to not much MP, which means hopefully we're going to have time to refill these moves again. One alternate build that you won't see in here is with Christian. Christian is a trainer who buffs those color gems. So the color turn gems, instead of being 7,000 a pop on AJ's finisher when they go out, would be worth more depending on how high you level Christian. So with his traditional build, or even with the first, the middle build we saw where the Styles Clash was still involved, even with the submission, when you throw the color turn gems out on the board and then hit that Styles Clash, you'd be getting a bigger finisher because of the bonus on the color turn gems. That makes that finisher that much more potent. But again, the dilemma there is it's not very fast. Because you're using the buff on the color turn gems, you're either not using NXT Seth, I mean you're going to take longer to charge that blue, or it means you're not using Woods, which means it takes longer to charge those purples. So AJ's got a couple of warts at 4 stars. And when you do hit that finisher and when you do get a friendly board, it covers up some of those blemishes that he's got, and he can hit big. But you have to be prepared for matches like this that we see. We're 9.5 minutes into this video. We're on match number 3. That's not exactly the kind of speed you want in a feud. That's not the quick damage that you're used to at 3-star gold with AJ Styles. So He's if you love AJ Styles and you love that SmackDown link, go for it. But beware, he's got some issues.